What's going on, y'all? This is Reese Talks Wrestling here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing our Raw review. This happens weekly. Usually it's going to be uploaded on a Tuesday, but this time I'm getting y'all on a Wednesday. I've had time to kind of survey everything, see all the content, take my time, take it in without any hype after Bad Blood pumping through my veins. I'm able to actually sit here and give y'all a review on the Raw after Bad Blood. Also, I'm trying to be unbiased because I know this Raw was 2 hours, which we will talk about later. But with that being said, let me know what y'all thought about Bad Blood and what y'all think is going to happen on SmackDown, how the aftermath will happen, all that good stuff. Put it in the comment section below. With that being said, let's get right into the review. So this Raw starts off with CM Punk, and he just cuts this promo basically talking about Hell in a Cell and how after Hell in a Cell, he just doesn't feel it anymore. Obviously, there's no Drew McIntyre here. Drew McIntyre is nowhere to be seen throughout this entirety of Raw. And CM Punk basically goes on and thanks his family, thanks the people in the back, and says that he doesn't know when we'll see him again, that the damage done at Hell in a Cell was about enough for him that he can handle for right now. He didn't even walk down towards the ring. Overall, I did kind of feel like a rush segment, especially what happens next with Seth Rollins not interrupting him, but coming out when he gets done with the promo. They have a little stare down, and Seth will go in the ring and talk about how he hopes CM Punk hits better so that he can be the one to retire CM Punk. But at the end of the day, you start seeing these effects of the 2 hour Raw right here, right now, because I feel like no matter who would have run, Drew McIntyre or CM Punk, the Seth Rollins interruption or even him coming out after the promos being done with them still on the ramp, that would have been something a lot longer. That would have allowed maybe a stare down, maybe some conversation happening. But no, him and CM Punk don't say a word to each other, and they keep it pushing. I think this might plant seeds for WrestleMania, but again, I have no idea. But Seth Rollins also talks about Bronson Reed and how Bronson Reed made a mistake doing what he did with 6 Tsunamis, and that if he wanted to get famous, Seth Rollins was going to make him famous, and Seth Rollins put a mark on Bronson Reed's back for himself. Bronson Reed also responded on Twitter saying that Seth Rollins, he's coming for Seth Rollins. He put like a dot on Seth Rollins' head on the picture. He tweeted it out. I'm not for sure what's going to happen between them, but I know whatever it is, I'm probably going to love it. So I'm all here for Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. Next up, we had Jey Uso versus Xavier Woods. Again, we're going over the big main stuff that actually matters on Monday Night Raw. Jey Uso versus Xavier Woods, and this again is pushing this New Day storyline. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods have been going through some turmoil without Big E Langston there helping them. Obviously, I'm calling him E Langston, but Big E, they're helping them in the midst of the New Day environment. And Kofi Kingston was able to get Xavier Woods a IC title match against Jey Uso. Again, they're going to try to use this match as a way to catapult the New Day success, as Xavier Woods and even Kofi Kingston has said they're tired of being known as this joking group and they want to start winning more matches. However, the necessity to win has also caused turmoil inside the New Day without Big E being there. So Xavier Woods versus Jey Uso happens tonight. Well, not tonight, but a few nights ago on Monday Night Raw. It was a pretty okay match overall. It was kind of what you expect out of a modern Jey Uso and Xavier Woods match. Not super good, but not super bad either. Pretty middle in the road match. However, as expected, Jey Uso would end up winning. However, it was certain things that happened throughout this match that did kind of make Xavier Woods feel like a heel. I don't know if it just hit me personally, but I wasn't seeing anybody talk about it. But it was just some things that he did that made him seem like he was going a little bit to the dark side. But overall, the match was fine. It was okay. Again, Jey Uso picks up the win, and after he picks up the win, Kofi Kingston slides into the ring, checks on Xavier Woods, and shakes Jey Uso's hand. Now, Jey Uso goes to shake Xavier Woods' hand, but Xavier Woods denies it, and Kofi Kingston starts questioning him outside the ring. Then, after the match is over, Braun Breaker comes out of completely nowhere and spears Jey Uso and starts attacking him in the middle of the ring. Now, Kofi Kingston, being the good guy that he is, wants to go back and help him with the help of Xavier Woods. However, Xavier kind of makes it clear that, look, I lost to the man. I don't really want to help the man. It's not our business. But Kofi Kingston, being Kofi Kingston, goes there and helps Jey Uso anyways because he can't see a mutual friend that he respects get beat down like this. Eventually, Braun Breaker overpowers Kofi Kingston and forces Xavier Woods to come and save Kofi Kingston, not really by fighting Braun Breaker, but by dragging him out the ring. And as Xavier Woods is helping Kofi Kingston get back up to his feet and whatnot, Braun Breaker does his infamous run around the ring and spears Xavier Woods into oblivion, and now all 3 of the gentlemen are laid out by Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker would go backstage, I believe on Instagram today, they posted Braun Breaker being really pissed off about Jey Uso doing what he did and beating him for the IC title. Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker is far from over. But this also leaves us to wonder what's going to happen with the New Day and whatnot. How is Xavier Woods going to feel like not only losing to Jey Uso, but seeing Kofi Kingston shake Jey Uso's hand and getting beat up for the same person that he lost to? Again, stuff that recently has been getting on Xavier Woods' nerves a lot. Before we get to the World Championship match, the next match I want to talk about, and I think another important part of Raw, was the Sheamus versus Pete Dunne match. Honestly, this match was the match of the night. It was a great match. Sheamus and Pete Dunne, all like always, put on a classic. They put on a banger after banger after banger, in the words of Drew McIntyre. And Sheamus was doing just that. I mean, they had a great match, and honestly, words can't even describe it. I think you should go back and watch it. It's not Jey Uso, but Sheamus and Pete Dunne going through tables, doing harsh spots. I think they showed a clip of Sheamus's back. It was all beat up. It was an amazing match, but I do believe it had the wrong winner. I think Pete Dunne, it's time to start giving Pete Dunne wins. We have to start transitioning into this new generation, and I feel like Pete Dunne wouldn't have hurt Sheamus at all if he picked up the win. Honestly, I think that Sheamus and him can start doing what Andrade and Carmelo Hayes are doing on SmackDown. They can start going back and forth, having matches, having series with each other. I think there needs to be some way to implement importance of exhibition matches to get closer to title shots or to get closer to mid-card titles or whatnot. I think this is time. We're in that new era, new period where we have to start making these random exhibition matches mean something. And I think that this is a perfect way to do it. In the next few months, I think, going into 2025. But either way, I do think that Pete Dunne should have won. But Sheamus, being Sheamus, I mean, I'm not mad that he won either. It was a great match, and honestly, I can't wait to see what these two do next. But we're going to end this review off with Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Now, the match in and of itself wasn't bad. A Gunther match is never bad. A Sami Zayn match is also rarely bad. These two are really, really good experts in the ring. And of course, when they blend together, it makes magic. However, I don't like how Gunther won. I also don't like the fact that Gunther won in a 50-50 match. Me personally, I wanted Gunther to squash Sami Zayn. It's not because I didn't like Sami Zayn or I don't like Sami Zayn. It's because Sami Zayn isn't on Gunther's level right now. And I think that needs to be a point made. I think if he beats Sami Zayn in like 2 minutes or something, 3 minutes off of the same submission hold he beat Randy Orton in, because I don't think Randy Orton's going to have a 50-50 match with Sami Zayn. It's going to be like a 65-35 or 75-25. I just don't see them having a 50-50 match. And for somebody who beat the likes of Randy Orton, has beat so many legends, I don't see why Gunther is struggling. Not really struggling, but he was really having trouble with Sami Zayn. I don't like that. I feel like this isn't the Intercontinental Championship. This is World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. You need to elevate him on a higher level, a bigger scale. And I think that's what they failed at doing in this match. But that could just be me. I digress. That was my review of Monday Night Raw. Well, I haven't really told y'all that. I think it was pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put the ranking system up on my side, wherever it's at. But I think it was pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a bad Raw. I can definitely see how the 2 hours, again, not a lot of content to talk about here. I think everything else was kind of meaningless. The Miz talked about how he wants to show R-Truth, about how he's done with Awesome Truth. But there's nothing super big and meaningful happening or that happened on this Monday Night Raw, and perhaps it is because it was 2 hours. So let me know what you guys think about the 2 hour, 3 hour format. Which one's better for you? Again, I don't want to say be too harsh on it, because again, it took us a while to get used to the 3 hour format. And then now we got adjusted to the 3 hour format. Now they're taking it back to 2 hours. They have to adjust again. I don't want this to be a continuous back and forth thing though. I want there to be a stability. You know what I'm saying? Consistency. Hey, if we're gonna make it Raw 2 hours, we're gonna make it 2 hours. If we're gonna make it 3 hours, we're gonna make it 3 hours. Eventually, I'm gonna get it together and it's all gonna work out. With that being said, let me know what you guys thought about Monday Night Raw, the Raw after Bad Blood. Let me know what you guys think about how the aftermath could affect this Friday Night SmackDown, and I'll see y'all then.